Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Thoughts on Education, where we connect with industry leaders and we connect with industry leaders to have your questions and doubts cleared out. So we have with us today the head of the Department of the Pharmaceutics Department at the Institute of Pharmacy, Nirma University, Dr. Tejal Mehta. Ma'am, thank you for being a part of this initiative and being over here. So we will start off with a brief introduction of yourself and then we'll move ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, sure. So myself, Dr. Tejal A. Mehta. I'm working as a professor and head in the Department of Pharmaceutics, Institute of Pharmacy University. I have over around 23 years of experience and since inception of the Institute of Pharmacy at Nirma. I'm here. I've done my B.Pharm and Pharm from Gujarat University and PhD from Sardar Patel University in the field of pharmaceutics. I'm basically dealing with formulation development. So this 23 years I've spent in teaching and research, which includes various kind of formulation development in area of conventional as well as novel drug delivery systems. Apart from that, I'm involved in many administrative and other activities at the institute. And I also I'm also working as Deputy Director, Center for Quality Assurance and Academic Development, Nirma University, which is more dealing with accreditations, ranking, and other quality enhancement aspects at the campus. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So I got to know that you have been in the education sector for a very good amount of time. And what has kept you connected to the education sector?
First of all, I could say my passion for teaching. That is my first, which is always connected. And I believe that if you want to change anything, it is always occurred through education. So youth is there to whom you can change. And teaching is the major part which always can bring the changes in the society. And that is the main reason. And of course, my passion for teaching and research and love for the students have kept me for this profession since last 23 years.
That is great, ma'am, because when someone is passionate about their job, they tend to give in and put in more efforts for the job they're doing or what is it that they would like to do. So being the head of the Department of the Pharmaceutics Department at Institute of Pharmacy, Nirma University, what is your philosophy of leadership and how would you describe your leadership style?
My department is B.Pharm and M.Pharm level involve many subjects, like many courses I could say, because it is mainly dealing with a drug delivery system, whatever the products which are there, formulation which are available, liquids, semi-solids, solids, parenteral formulation, that's injections that are available, that all how they are prepared are learning in the pharmaceutics. So our faculty member have to remain connected with so many different aspects of pharmaceutics, which include microbiology, also hospital pharmacy, also dispensing pharmacy, also even laws related to formulation development, regulation related to formulation development. And that is why we have to keep our faculty connected. So what I feel is for keeping when your goal is the student excelling, in my leadership, what I feel is generally we create an environment which is very positive, which will be helping or motivating to the junior faculty also, student also, researcher also, and there is a transparency in the system, transparency in the working, teamwork is there, which help them in the working together, and we give freedom to the faculty to work independently as well as to work in a team. So this is the way by which we are working, and what we observe is using this kind of approach is given a lot of success to my department.
Okay. So because everybody has a different style of leadership and different things work out for different people.
Yeah.
So moving on. How does the curriculum of the Institute of Pharmacy at Nirma University ensure the best practice of the industry?
See, our course is mainly dealing with whatever the course is there, but the major aspect is we always concern with a practical based learning where whatever we teach in the class, we try to give an example. We have a lot of collaboration where we connect the people of industry. Apart from that, there are a lot of industry people who are invited in various committee. We keep a guest lectures from industry, and we try that the beyond certain curriculum, some content which is essential for a student to make an industry visible, they are to be taken. So we try our best that in each courses, those kind of work, those kind of topics are to be taken up by industrial person, and that will help them, the student, to understand between the actual real life where these formulations are developed. So we do the mixing of this teaching plus this practice of industry people, which help them in upliftment and after placement also.
That is true, ma'am, because getting exposure to the corporate world and what the industry requires also gives a lot of insight to the students as well, as to what is it that the current industry is looking at and what is it that they're wanting to go ahead in the future, in which side they want to go into. So especially in the field of pharmacy, that is actually needed because it is a very dynamic field, as I got to know. So what do you think your roles and responsibilities to the college and to the students are?
So teacher role is always first a teaching, but then how you nurture the student in a best way is important for a teacher. So guiding, motivating student, teaching the student is the main responsibility. Apart from that, how we can go for how we can develop a student so that they can succeed in their life, they will ethics and professional, you can say ethics and moral, how we can develop in the student so that later on in their life they can be a good professional person. So that we are always doing, and so that is also a role. And wherever we try that a student critical thinking will be raised and they will be a good decision maker, because later on when they will move to their job, they should be independent and can do any problem solving easily without much guidance and all. So we try to prepare the student accordingly. So apart from that, we try to imbibe certain other skills also to the student, sharing of the skills, lifelong skills, you can say that communication skills and many other skills which we try that student will acquire during this particular program. So in all those cases, our role will be there. Apart from that, there are many other responsibilities at the institute. That is, we have a UG, PG and PhD in my department, and the PG and PhD students are working in a very novel areas like nano drug delivery systems for cancer, for diabetes, for neurological disorder and many other diseases. So our responsibility also remains to give proper infrastructure. They will get a best education, best research facility, and the guidance time to time. That all will be our responsibility. And apart from that, we will also involve in many other responsibility at the institute, which help institute to go on an upside actually, which may involve certain accreditations again at institute level things, certain committees, and involving the students beyond syllabus. That is helping the student in participating outside activities, writing a paper in a good journals, presenting paper in some conferences, writing certain project proposal by PhD students, and many more where we are involved.
That is true, ma'am, because as the head of the department, you must have academic roles as well and administrative roles as well. So, what would you like people to know about your department? They might not know.
We have 6 faculty in my department. All are PhD, and they all have done specialized drug delivery system in their research. We are working in various facet areas of research. We have a very good infrastructure facility at the department. Students at my department got PhD student particularly got a scholarship from various agencies like DST, DPT, Prime Minister fellowships, CSIR, ICMR, and many other fellowship my students have received. From my department, we have published we published our research in high impact factor journals. 2 patents are granted from my department and 5 are filed from my department. Apart from that, there are 8 to 9 projects up to this date, minor and major projects completed from my department, and they mainly worked towards conventional as well as novel formulations. We also done certain consultancy of certain very reputed industry, from which 2 or 3 also go for higher scale studies at the industry. Apart from that, we are in the process of procuring more and more facility for meeting the need of the industry, because as you know, because of COVID-19 itself has shown that the need of different kind of drugs and formulation will always remain. So we also are moving towards that kind of area.
That is great, ma'am.
Yes.
So, what are some plans that you're currently designing for the Department of Pharmaceutics at Nirma Institute of Pharmacy?
So one plan is, as I say, to give a project to the students which are industry based, so that whatever they've done, it may be later on can be converted to a market product. So involving more industry people and more collaboration, that is one area where we are trying, where student faculty both will be participating. Second is to apply for research grant for more infrastructure development. Of course, our university is also giving so many infrastructure, but we are also thinking to write certain government agencies. We are also thinking to still rise our level for doing best research. We can publish in good journal and can be helpful to other people in those areas where research is really required. Apart from that, we also are thinking that we will go for more industrial training to PG and PhD students, so that they will do they can go for some batches to be prepared as per that, so that whatever they will develop have a value in the society. So these are certain plans which are there, and we will also for this each our faculty member have certain plans of collaborations and submissions to the various agencies.
Okay. So there are multiple plans which are in play right now.
Yeah.
So, okay, moving on. Any suggestions that you would like to give to the current youth and the aspiring students?
Yeah, what I can say is that student should not be go for just exam-based learning. They should move towards the problem-based learning, because the right knowledge afterwards, when you move towards the profession, the most important is what you learn and how you apply is important. And whatever the rank they are getting, but if they will not keep honesty, ethics and morality in their life, they will never uplift in their professions. So they have to work hard, they have to be methodical, and they have to plan their work properly. And this they can only do if during their study they have made themselves trained and done certain project where they have done independently certain research which given them some decision power. So that is my advice, that they should work towards problem-based learning rather than just exam-oriented learning.
And that is actually very sound advice, ma'am, because what students these days are looking at are, cramming everything they get to know.
There should not be a shortcut. They always have to work hard for it, actually.
That is true, ma'am. So that is all that we wanted to, ma'am, ask you, and the session has been very insightful. So thank you for being a part of our initiative over here, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.